Part 1. The beginning of the disaster. In the year 2100, the world seemed to be running as usual. Jack, an ordinary office worker, commuted daily through the city's concrete jungle. He worked at a tech company called Starlight, where he was primarily responsible for data maintenance. His wife, Ellie, was an elementary school teacher, and they had a lovely daughter named Lily. That day, Jack took the maglev train to work as usual. People on the train were all busy with their own affairs, some reading e-newspapers, others handling work on virtual screens. Suddenly, the train began to shake violently, and the lights inside flickered erratically. People around him started to panic. An elderly woman cried out in terror. What's happening? Could it be an earthquake? Jack gripped the handrail tightly, a wave of unease washing over him. When he arrived at the office, he found the place in complete chaos. His boss, Tom, called a meeting with a grave expression. Tom said, "You all felt that tremor just now, right? This isn't an ordinary earthquake. According to reports from the Global Joint Research Center, there appears to be an abnormal energy fluctuation in the Earth's core, which could trigger a series of disasters." Jack returned home and told Ellie the news. Ellie looked at Lily with concern and asked, "What should we do?" Jack reassured her, "Don't panic. The government will surely have a plan." However, the situation rapidly deteriorated. The city's power grid began to collapse completely. The smart security systems in skyscrapers failed, and glass curtain walls shattered and fell. The streets were filled with panicked people fleeing for their lives, while cars, having lost power, were stuck in traffic jams. Jack and his family hid at home, listening to the commotion and chaos outside, their hearts filled with fear. Part 2. The escape. As time passed, the earthquakes grew more frequent and increasingly intense. Jack realized they could no longer stay at home. He and Ellie hurriedly packed some food, water, and essential supplies, and set out on their journey of escape with Lily in their arms. They joined a group of survivors led by an experienced explorer named Ben. Ben guided everyone toward the mountains, saying, "The mountains are relatively stable. Perhaps we can find refuge there from the earthquakes." On their journey, they encountered countless hardships. Food and water were running low, and everyone's strength was gradually fading. Tensions began to rise within the group, and some even came to blows over a scrap of food. Jack held Lily tightly, while Ellie stood nearby, softly comforting her daughter. One day, they came upon a wide river. The water had become turbulent and swift due to the earthquakes. Ben tried to find a way across, and discovered a dilapidated wooden boat by the riverbank. But the boat was small, capable of carrying only a few people at a time. As everyone discussed how to cross, a selfish man suddenly shoved his way through the crowd and jumped onto the boat first. Ben tried to stop him but was pushed into the river. Without hesitation, Jack jumped in and pulled Ben to safety. Part 3. Establishing the shelter. After great hardship, they finally reached the mountains. In a secluded valley, they discovered an abandoned military base. Ben led everyone in clearing out the base and transforming it into a shelter. Jack was in charge of food distribution at the shelter, while Ellie organized the children to learn basic survival skills. As time went on, more and more survivors arrived at the shelter. Everyone began to divide tasks and work together. Some went out to search for food and resources. Some maintained the base's security, and others cared for the wounded and sick. However, a new crisis emerged. Mutant beasts appeared in the forest near the shelter. They were enormous and extremely aggressive. On one occasion, a pack of mutated wolves attacked the shelter's outer defenses. Jack and Ben led a group of strong men into a desperate battle against the mutated wolves. Armed only with makeshift weapons, Jack wielded a homemade metal spear, while Ellie cheered them on from behind. After a fierce battle, they finally drove the mutated wolves back, though many were injured in the process. Part 4. The struggle for resources. As the population of the shelter grew, resources were being depleted at an ever-increasing rate. The nearby resources had been nearly exhausted, forcing them to expand their search area. One day, a reconnaissance team discovered another shelter. That shelter held large reserves of food and water, but their defenses were extremely tight. After consulting with Ben, Jack decided to negotiate with the people of that shelter in the hope of sharing resources. However, the negotiations did not go well. The leader of that shelter was a dictator named Carl, who refused to share resources and even threatened to attack if Jack and his group returned to cause trouble. After Jack and the others returned to their shelter, everyone began discussing what to do. Some advocated for war to seize the resources. Others believed they should continue searching for other sources. Ellie spoke up. "War will only cost more lives. We should try to find other solutions." Part 5. A glimmer of hope. Just as everyone was sinking into despair, Lily discovered an ancient book in a corner of the base. The book described a method for generating clean energy using natural resources. When Jack and Ben saw this method, their eyes lit up. they began organizing people to conduct experiments based on the book's instructions. After countless failures, they finally succeeded in building a simple clean energy device. With this energy, they could grow crops in the base, purify water, and produce more daily necessities. The news spread throughout the surrounding areas, and people from other shelters came to learn from them. Seeing this, Carl realized his mistake. He took the initiative to visit Jack's shelter, asked for forgiveness, and offered to share resources. As time went on, the various shelters began cooperating with one another to rebuild their homes. Jack, Ellie, and Lily also played important roles in this process. Although the shadow of the apocalypse still loomed over the land, the light of human hope had already begun to shine. Part 6. Rebuilding home. Through everyone's joint efforts, the city's ruins began to be cleared. People used available materials and technology to rebuild houses and repair roads. Jack and Ben led a group to explore the former technology center, hoping to find more useful technical information. Amid the ruins of the technology center, they discover a sealed database. After the technicians' hard work, the database is unlocked, revealing a wealth of advanced scientific knowledge, including how to restore Earth's ecological environment and how to improve its magnetic field. Ellie serves as principal at the newly established school, teaching the children to cherish peace and protect the environment. Lily also studies diligently at the school. She hopes to become a scientist one day and make a greater contribution to rebuilding Earth. As Earth's ecological environment gradually improved, the mutated beasts slowly disappeared. Humans began to rebuild their civilization. Though the process was fraught with hardship and challenges, their resilience and wisdom allowed them to rise again from the ruins of the apocalypse. Part 7. A New World. After decades of effort, Earth has regained its former vitality. Cities have once again flourished, and technology has advanced further. Jack and Ellie have grown old, and they watch with deep satisfaction as Lily and the new generation of young people thrive. In this new world, the apocalyptic experience has become a dark chapter in human history, yet it has also made humanity cherish the current peace and prosperity all the more. In this new world, people have established a more equitable and harmonious social system, with nations and ethnic groups cooperating and respecting one another. Earth has become a truly beautiful home, and humanity has learned from the trials of the apocalypse, discovering how to live in harmony with nature. Part 8. The Dawn of Interstellar Exploration. As Earth was rebuilt and prospered, humanity's gaze began to turn toward the distant stars. Lily, now a highly respected scientist, led a research project called Stellar Path, aimed at exploring the universe and searching for other planets that might be habitable for humans. At the massive Interstellar Exploration Center, Lily and her team are busily conducting final tests on the spacecraft. Named the Hope, this vessel embodies humanity's most cutting-edge technological achievements. Its propulsion system utilizes a new type of antimatter engine, capable of achieving faster than light travel. The hull is constructed from an ultra-strong alloy called stellar steel, which can withstand various forms of cosmic radiation and impacts from tiny meteorites. Tom, the grandson of Jack and Ellie, is a young and brave astronaut who has also joined this interstellar exploration mission. Standing at the spacecraft's control console, Tom's heart is filled with a longing for the unknown and excitement. He looks at Lily and says, "Grandma Lily, this time, we're sure to find a new home or discover a new civilization." Lily smiled and nodded. "My child, this is an important step for humanity as we venture into space. You must be careful and cautious." On the day of the spacecraft's launch, people around the world were watching. On the massive launch pad, the Hope spacecraft slowly rose into the sky amid flames and smoke, then broke through Earth's atmosphere, at an astonishing speed flying toward the vast universe. Part 9. Challenges in Space. During its interstellar voyage, the Hope encountered many unprecedented challenges. On one occasion, the spacecraft entered a mysterious nebula, filled with powerful electromagnetic interference, causing nearly all of its communication and navigation systems to fail. Tom and the other astronauts worked frantically at the control panel, trying to reboot the systems. Tom said, "We must find a solution as soon as possible, or we'll get lost in this nebula." A female astronaut named Amy suggested, "I propose manually adjusting the navigation system and proceeding based on the general direction indicated by the star charts." Everyone agreed, and after several hours of intense work, they finally succeeded in passing through the nebula. However, an even greater crisis lay ahead. At the edge of a distant galaxy, they came under attack by a group of alien creatures. These aliens resembled giant octopuses, and their tentacles could fire powerful energy beams. The Hope's shield system flickered constantly under the assault, teetering on the brink of failure. Tom calmly directed the crew's counterattack, activate the laser weapons and concentrate fire on their energy source. The ship's laser cannons blazed with dazzling light as they engaged the aliens in a fierce space battle. During the intense firefight, one of the ship's engines was hit and malfunctioned, but in the end, through sheer determination and excellent tactics, they managed to repel the aliens. Part 10. A New Planet. After a long interstellar journey, the Hope finally discovered a planet that appeared suitable for human habitation. The planet was named New Eden, featuring blue oceans, green land, and a thick atmosphere. After the ship landed on the planet, Tom led the expedition team out of the ship to begin exploring the planet. They found the air to be fresh and rich in oxygen. The water was pure and unpolluted, and the soil was fertile, suitable for the growth of various plants. However, they also encountered some strange phenomena. The planet contained massive crystalline structures that appeared to harbor immense energy. While studying the crystals, Tom accidentally triggered a hidden energy field and was transported to a mysterious space. In this space, Tom witnessed strange images that seemed to be messages left behind by the planet's former civilization. The images revealed that this planet had once faced a catastrophe, similar to Earth's apocalypse, but its civilization chose a different path. They merged their consciousness into these crystal structures to perpetuate life in a different form. Part 11. Fusion and Development. Tom shared this discovery with the others on the spaceship. After some thought, Lily said, "Perhaps we can merge with this planet's civilization. Their energy crystal technology could bring a massive leap forward to Earth's technology." So, they began attempting to communicate with the consciousnesses within these crystals. After a long period of effort, they finally established a special connection. The Earth humans and the consciousnesses of New Eden reached a cooperation agreement. The Earth humans would help rest, or the planet's ecological environment, while the consciousnesses of New Eden would share their technological know-how. Through their joint efforts, New Eden rapidly developed. Earth humans built new cities on the planet, cultivated Earth's plants, and raised Earth's animals. At the same time, they brought New Eden's energy crystal technology back to Earth, completely resolving Earth's energy crisis. Part 12. The Galactic Alliance. As exchanges and cooperation between Earth and New Eden grew increasingly close, civilizations on other planets gradually took notice of this emerging power. Some friendly alien civilizations reached out to Earth and New Eden, hoping to establish a galactic alliance. At a grand interstellar conference, representatives from various planets gathered together. Lily, the representative from Earth, delivered a speech. "We humans have endured the ordeal of near-apocalyptic events and deeply understand the fragility and preciousness of life. Through this cosmic alliance, we hope that civilizations across the stars can help and learn from one another, jointly explore the mysteries of the universe, and collectively address any threats we may face." Her speech was met with an enthusiastic response from representatives of all the planets. The Cosmic Alliance was officially established, dedicated to peace development and exploration throughout the cosmos. Earth's humans played a vital role in this alliance. Tom and the other astronauts became ambassadors of the cosmos, traveling between planets to spread human culture and technology. Part 13. Eternal Peace. Under the guidance of the Cosmic Alliance, the universe entered an era of peace and prosperity. Exchanges between planetary civilizations grew increasingly frequent, and rapid advancements were made in fields such as technology, culture, and the arts. Earth, a planet that once faced the brink of destruction, has now become a shining gem in the cosmos. The story of Jack and Ellie has become a legend in human history, inspiring generation after generation of young people to bravely explore the unknown and cherish peace. In her later years, Lily gazed upon the harmonious scene of the universe, her heart filled with deep satisfaction. She knew that humanity had emerged from the shadow of doom and was moving toward a cosmic future brimming with infinite possibilities, and this peace and prosperity will endure eternally throughout the cosmos. Part 14. A New Threat. After many years of peace and prosperity maintained by the Cosmic Alliance, a mysterious dark force quietly awoke at the edge of the universe. This dark force was like an all-consuming shadow. Wherever it went, the light of planets was extinguished and civilizations were destroyed. A Federation starship on an exploratory mission in the outer galaxies detected this anomaly. The crew watched in horror as the dark force spread like a tidal wave. They urgently sent a distress signal to Federation headquarters. "Headquarters, this is the Explorer. We have detected an unknown dark force at the edge of the galaxy. It is destroying everything. We need backup." Alliance headquarters responded swiftly, assembling a special fleet composed of elite forces from across the star systems. Among them was Tom's grandson, the young David. David was an outstanding warship commander who had inherited his family's spirit of bravery and fearlessness. The fleet set course for the source of the dark force, witnessing along the way the tragic state of planets ravaged by the darkness world, once teeming with life now reduced to desolate ruins. Part 15. The Truth Behind the Dark Force. As the special fleet approached the core of the dark force, they encountered fierce resistance. The dark force unleashed waves of black energy pulses, shattering the shields of many warships in an instant. David skillfully maneuvered the fleet to evade the attacks while seeking an opportunity to counterattack. Amid the fierce exchange of fire, the fleet's scientists analyzed the energy fluctuations of the dark force and discovered a startling truth. This dark force appeared to be the embodiment of an ancient evil consciousness. It had once been sealed at the edge of the universe by the ancestors of various civilizations, but over time, the seal had gradually weakened, allowing it to awaken once more. David knew full well that he must find a way to completely destroy this dark force. Otherwise, the entire universe would be doomed. He led an elite squad aboard a small shuttle, venturing deep into the core region of the dark force in a daring mission to find its weakness. Part 16. A Glimmer of Hope. Inside the Dark Core, David and his team encountered all manner of terrifying sights, indeed, angorous traps. Yet armed with unwavering resolve and advanced equipment, they pressed forward step by step. Finally, they discovered a massive energy hub that appeared to be the key to the Dark Force. Meanwhile, at Alliance headquarters, Eva Lily's great-granddaughter and a scientist in her own right was researching a super weapon based on energy crystal technology from the planet New Eden. She believed this weapon might be capable of countering the Dark Forces. After working day and night, Eva successfully created a prototype energy weapon called the Sword of Light. Carrying the Sword of Light, she boarded a spaceship and headed toward David's location. When she arrived, David's team was engaged in a fierce battle with the Guardians of the Dark Forces. Eva activated the Sword of Light, and a blinding white beam shot toward the energy hub. Part 17. The Final Showdown. The light from the Sword of Light collided with the energy hub of the Dark Forces, triggering a colossal explosion that shook the heavens and the earth. The entire universe seemed to tremble at that moment. The other warships of the Special Fleet seized this opportunity to launch a full-scale assault, concentrating their powerful firepower on the core of the Dark Forces. David led his squad members into the final battle, engaging in close-quarters combat with the physical form of the Dark Foe, RCES. In the fierce battle, many warriors made the ultimate sacrifice, but their deaths inspired even more to charge forward bravely. After a long and arduous battle, the Dark Force finally began to retreat. Its energy gradually dissipated, and the all-consuming shadow slowly shrank. Ultimately, through the united efforts of the Alliance fleet, the Dark Force was completely annihilated. Part 18. The Rebirth of the Universe. After the Dark Force was vanquished, the universe was reborn with new vitality. The planets that had been ravaged by darkness began to slowly recover, and civilizations rebuilt their homes from the ruins. The Alliance held a grand memorial service for the fallen warriors, and their heroic deeds were forever etched into the annals of cosmic history. David became a new hero, and his name along with Eva's was celebrated across the stars. In the wake of this catastrophe, the Cosmic Alliance became even more aware of the importance of unity and technological advancement. Civilizations across the stars intensified their cooperation in fields such as technology, culture, and environmental protection. Earth's civilization was no exception. They brought the new knowledge gained from this battle back to Earth, further enhancing the planet's technological capabilities and ecological conservation efforts. Part 19. Legacy and the Future. After returning to Earth, David and Eva dedicated themselves to nurturing a new generation of cosmic explorers and guardians. They shared their experiences in schools, inspiring young people to approach the universe with curiosity and awe. In Earth cities, new structures rose from the ground, blending architectural styles and technological elements from across the cosmos. People's lives became richer and more vibrant, and cultural exchanges grew more frequent. Similar developments were taking place on other planets throughout the universe. The Cosmic Alliance continued to explore unknown galaxies in search of new civilizations and resources. This time, however, they proceeded with greater caution, remaining ever vigilant against potential new threats. Humanity, along with other civilizations in the cosmos, continued to grow from the experience of the apocalypse and the battle against dark forces, steadily advancing toward a future filled with boundless hope. They knew that no matter how many challenges lay ahead, as long as they stood united, they could create a universe of eternal prosperity.